Szanowni Państwo.
Guys, and welcome to another trip report. This one will be really nice. It's gonna be a long one. So we will be flying on LOT Polish Airlines on their 787-8 down to Chicago. So it will be international flight. Journey will be around 8.5 hours, and yeah, we're gonna get to this trip report quick because I just landed here from Kraków on the 737 MAX 8 on their brand new interior, and I need to get going because my plane starts boarding in an hour, so we gotta do this quick. And hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy the video. Subscribe so you guys don't miss more videos. I have a really exciting video coming up. It's on the May 6th, where it's the inaugural flight for LOT Polish Airlines to San Francisco. So it's gonna be my first ever inaugural flight recording for you guys, so you guys can watch. So please subscribe so you guys don't miss that one. Dobry wszystkich, witam serdecznie. Tylko parę słów do tych, którzy rozmawiają po polsku. Generalnie to dzisiaj lecimy do Chicago na Boeing 787 do Chicago. Będziemy na pokładzie LOT Polish Airlines i zachęcam, żebyście zrobili subscribe, bo mam fajne filmiki jak inaugural lot do San Francisco w maju, który LOT Polish Airlines niedawno ogłosiło. So our flight number will be LO003, taking us to Chicago. Our departure time is 4:40 p.m. and our estimated arrival to Chicago is going to be 7:30. So LOT Polish Airlines means a lot because, you know, I mean, obviously I'm Polish, it's my home airline, but also it's one of my most viewed flights. So I flew from Chicago to Warsaw on the Dreamliner for LOT Polish Airlines, and it had 80,000 views. You know, I'm just so grateful to have that much views. I mean, it just was such a success for me, and you know, it's always feels good to fly on the LOT Polish Airlines because it reminds me of my success, so it's gonna be fun.
Any such baggage will be removed for security reasons. For your safety, please report any suspicious bags to the airport security service. Leaving bags unattended will be subject to a fine.
З метою вашої безпеки, будь ласка, повідомте інформацію про залишений багаж в службу безпеки аеропорту. Залишений багаж без нагляду карається штрафом або покаранням.
Warsaw Airport is the biggest airport here in Poland, and honestly, I just really like this terminal. I mean, the check-in area is big. It has nice high ceilings. I mean, I would take this compared to Chicago O'Hare any day of the week. I mean, It really reminds me of Bangkok. When I was in Bangkok, it had really high ceilings, and this is what it reminds me of. Happy that LOT Polish Airlines can operate out of really nice airports, and Warsaw being one of them, and probably the best airport here in Poland. If you've ever been here, just please let me know in the comments. Please tell me if you guys liked it, because for me, I've been here a lot of times, and every time I've been here, it just makes me more in love with it. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just so clean and modern and just well-rounded. Just got past security. That was a quite longer one than in Kraków, but we are still good on time. It's 3:22 and boarding starts 3:55, so we should be good on time. We do have to go through another set of security, so we'll see how long that takes.
Bardzo dobry ruch. Yeah, and speaks very.
The line does look pretty big, but even though I was lucky enough because I have 2 passports, so I was able to go to the all other passports, but the all EU passports, it's like such a bigger line, so at least I got to skip half the line. So we will see how long this one will take. We have about 25 minutes left, 30 minutes left for boarding, so we should be good on time.
Szanowni Państwo, proszę uwagę, Państwo budzi do Klaudia, jeśli Krystyna, Koziela Adriana, Koziela Jakub, Kubar Marcin, Kuzioła Anna, Lat Diana, Paprocka Urszula, Sitek Anna, Czaja Patrycja, Turewicz Marek podróżujący do Chicago. Jestem polski linii lotniczych. Proszę mnie zaoferować z pracownikami przy stanowisku 13-14. When you additional these passengers here to Bolivia, Israel, Samoa, Kasha, Dimitri,
For 787-9 for LOT Polish Airlines is heading down to Toronto. So scheduled departure time 5 o'clock and scheduled arrival in Toronto is 8:20 p.m. So it's kind of similar to our flight, the same length to Chicago. 787-9 was in Chicago actually yesterday. Came back from Chicago and it landed here in Warsaw, and now it's gonna go head to Toronto. This Dreamliner is a 12-year-old, July 2013. That's when it was delivered to LOT.
Szanowni Państwo, jest informacja dla pasażerów podróżujących. We would like to inform that there are still seats left in our LOT Premium class. For more information, please speak to our
787-9 is heading to Delhi, which is pretty cool. I mean, LOT Polish Airlines does have a lot of nice connections that you can fly to. One new connection is Bangkok. They're gonna do Bangkok in October, and also San Francisco coming up in May, which I will be on that flight. Unfortunately, our plane that's taking us to Chicago is not seen at the boarding gate. I mean, it's such a bummer whenever you can't see your plane that's taking you down to wherever your destination is. So boarding is kind of delayed. It was supposed to be 3:55. They delayed it to 4, and then they delayed it to 4:10. One thing that's also pretty cool is that actually today is the first day that the Lufthansa 100 years livery for the 747 is flying to Chicago. Let me guys know in the comments below if in your home airport did any of the 100 years livery for Lufthansa visit your airport? Thank you. So, 23A?
8, second line to the right.
No też, napiszę tego.
Miejsc wskazanych na kartach pokładowych. Pasażerów zajmujących miejsca w pierwszym rzędzie.
Once your bags are safely stowed, we ask you to take your seat as indicated on your boarding pass. Passengers starting at the front seat or next to an emergency exit must place all their hand luggage and personal belongings in the overhead compartment only. In case of evacuation, leave all hand luggage on board.
First impressions, so this Dreamliner is old. The cabin is outdated. It's not as new as the 737 MAX that I came here from Kraków. I don't know if they're planning to refurbish the 787-8s and 9s. I have no idea, but hopefully, because as you guys can see, I mean, there's still a remote control here to control your screen. The screen is really small. I mean, compared to any other airlines, this is really outdated, unfortunately. You know, I can say one thing that for sure, LOT Polish Airlines has better pillows than United Airlines, even though LOT is a lot poorer airline, doesn't have as much money like United does. They do have a better pillow, but this one is a lot better. It doesn't have that, you know, uncomfortable material, so it's a big plus.
Zanim wyruszymy w podróż do miejsc Muzeum Narodowego w Warszawie, przedstawimy Państwu zasady bezpieczeństwa i wyposażenie awaryjne naszego samolotu. Maskę, zakryć nią usta i nos, a elastyczną taśmę założyć za głowę i oddychać normalnie. Pociągnięcie za czerwony uchwyt, stojąc w progu drzwi. Jeśli kamizelka nie napełni się prawidłowo, należy ją dopełnić, wdmuchując powietrze przez głowy zawór. Kamizelki ratunkowe dla pasażerów LOT Business Class i LOT Premium Economy znajdują się między fotelami, a w kabinie LOT Economy Class umieszczone są pod fotelami. Samolot wyposażony jest w 8 wyjść awaryjnych oznaczonych zielonymi symbolami. 2 wyjścia znajdują się w przedniej, 4 w środkowej oraz 2 w tylnej części kabiny. Należy zapamiętać ich lokalizację i zwrócić uwagę, że najbliższe wyjście może znajdować się za Państwa plecami. Wszystkie wyjścia wyposażone są w nadmuchiwane i odczepiane trapy, które mogą służyć jako tratwy ratunkowe. W sytuacji awaryjnej system oświetlenia zainstalowane są czujniki dymu.
For takeoff and landing, please place your seat back in the upright position. Lower the armrests, close the
A w kabinie LOT Economy Class umieszczone są pod fotelem. Zapamiętać ich lokalizację i zwrócić uwagę, że najbliższe wyjście.
Remain seated. Take the nearest mask and place it over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band around your head and breathe normally. Put on your own mask first and then help others. In case of landing on water, take the life vest out of its pocket. Put it over you. While in LOT Economy Class, the life vest is located under your seat. This know where the emergency exits are located and be aware that the nearest exit might be behind you. All emergency exits are equipped with evacuation to guide you to the exits. Please take time to read the safety instruction card located in the seat pocket in front of you and follow instructions given by the cabin crew. You may use your electronic devices throughout the flight, as long as they are in flight mode. Please remember that electronic devices must be unplugged and secured in your hand luggage, seat pocket, or overhead compartment during takeoff and landing. Should you lose your electronic device, it gets stuck.
Państwa uprzejmie informujemy, że w przypadku wystąpienia nagłego spadku ciśnienia w kabinie podczas lotu maski ochronne należy zdjąć przed założeniem masek tlenowych, które wypadną z paneli nad Państwa głowami. Dear passengers, please be advised that we may be classified coverage dropping cabin pressure during the flight. The protective masks are being removed for wearing oxygen.
flight is going by, and the departure was pretty nice. The nice wingtip view of the 787 Dreamliner is always nice. Just waiting till we get the food. I'm really hungry, I'm not gonna lie. Haven't eaten much. The last time I've eaten was like at 11, so I need to get some food in me, and hopefully food comes quick. I'm really curious if it's gonna be good because I haven't flown on LOT Polish Airlines long haul in a long time. So I'm really curious about how the food is gonna be. If it's gonna be better than United or American and other European carriers. So we will see. Got the meal. It was right before we were over Iceland, so we got the meal pretty quick. And the pierogi, the classic option, I went for, and they're really good. It was actually my favorite type of pierogi because my favorite type of pierogis are with the cheese. They are called ruski pierogi. And honestly, if you guys ever fly LOT Polish Airlines, you guys have to take the pierogis. They're called the dumplings because it's a very popular dish, if not the most popular dish in Poland. So you guys definitely have to take that. So we're cruising somewhere right next to Greenland, and unfortunately they locked the windows. I mean, there's nothing more like annoying than them locking the windows. Unfortunately, the Dreamliner does have the options to lock those windows. The flight attendants with a simple touch of a button, they can lock all the windows, which sucks. That's why I'm team A350, because the A350s, they don't have, most of them, they don't have the dimmable windows. But although I did fly on the A350-1000 on Etihad Airways, they actually did lock the windows. The newer version of the A350s, some of them have the window dimmed installed in them, which sucks. But honestly, just a mood killer whenever they do that, because you know, you just want to look out the window, especially when you're flying through Greenland or Iceland, because you got to see the nice views of the mountains. Flights in my life so far. I mean, I flew from LAX to Taiwan, Taipei on Starlux A350, and that journey was about 13 hours. I flew from Abu Dhabi to Chicago on Etihad A350-1000, and that was about 14 hours. I flew from Seattle to Singapore recently on Singapore Airlines A350-900, and that was about 16 hours. And I'm not gonna lie, this flight feels longer than those flights, and it's only 9 hours. I mean, we're about 2.5 hours away from Chicago. It's, you know, it's late, I'm tired, the fatigue is starting to kick in. Let's see what pre-arrival meal we're gonna get. Usually, LOT Polish Airlines, on the pre-arrival meal, you would get a sandwich with a chocolate bar. But that was like about 2 years ago, so we'll see if that changed. the most I've ever been tired, ever. Man, it was a tough one today. It was a tough one, but the good thing is that it was a decent flight, good food. You know, LOT Polish Airlines, I wouldn't say they have the best product available on the market, but as a Polish person, I do support them, and I'm happy with my experience with them. So yeah, it was a good flight. Thank you guys for joining me on this one. You know, it was a long day. Highlight of the day was definitely boarding that 737 MAX for LOT Polish Airlines. That was just a moment to remember. So yeah, I had a really fun day. I'm tired. It's like 3 a.m. and I'm in Poland right now, so it's a little bit tiring, but you know, this is traveling, you know, you gotta be used to it. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Thank you.